What is wisdom? I'm asking myself that question rather frequently when I have to make a difficult decision. What is wisdom? And I'm sure you have too. Last year, I signed up for a course given by Pastor Wayne called Wise Counsel. And especially the Wise in Counsel piqued my interest. And I started to Google it. Where would we be without Google? The dictionary says it's the quality of having experience, knowledge, understanding, and good judgment. The quality of being wise, like in listen to his or her words of wisdom. The opposite of wisdom is foolishness, ignorance, thoughtlessness, bewilderment, etc., etc. Knowledge is gathering from learning and education, while most say that wisdom is gathered from day-to-day experiences and is a state of being wise. It's the practical ability to make constantly good decisions in life. It looks like we have worldly and godly wisdom. We may be educated, street smart, and have common sense. With God's wisdom, we trade earthly values for biblical values. It means seeing life from God's perspective and act accordingly. The Bible has to say a lot about wisdom. It appears about 367 times in the Bible. We all know the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And I like how fear is explained here. It's remaining respectfully and beneficially close to the Lord. I want to say that again. It's remaining respectfully and beneficially close to the Lord. In Proverbs, we learn a lot about wisdom. Wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Romans says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." While wisdom can be used to correct and clarify, it is also winsome. It can win the favor with God and man. Knowledge and wisdom are not destinations. It is fair to view them as paths. The distance we have to cover in life while increasing in ability to grow, to advance in our faith and trust, the way we communicate, and in our understanding of truth. No one is born wise. We must acquire wisdom from God if we are to be truly wise. I just love the Psalms as they are so real, like David, who says, "Your commands are always with me and make me wiser than my enemies. I have more insight than all my teachers, for I meditate on your statutes. I have more understanding than the elders, for I obey your precepts," meaning the guiding principle. Say one of the 10 commandments, for instance. When we pray, we very often ask for wisdom. And we know from the Bible that God very much wants to give us that. However, we also know that not all Christians, by definitions, are wise. You've heard the expression that we as human beings can be our own worst enemy. We speak before we listen. We judge, jump to conclusions before we know what is really going on. We don't take time to read, to reflect, to understand, or to pray. Through wisdom, we come to value properly those things which we believe through faith. We can also develop godly wisdom by carefully selecting those who journeyed through life with us. Who are our friends? Do you know the saying, "Tell me who your friends are, and I tell you who you are"? I know this is a Dutch saying, but maybe it's also in English. I don't know that. What I want you to do for a moment is thinking about a person who was or still is in your life, of whom you can say, that was a wise person. I'm thinking of my father, the eldest of 11 children, with a formal education up till grade 6, after which he had to work on the farm. He was a wise person, and he did love the Lord. As a friend who came up for me was Ernest, a humble leader in our church, who passed away at least 1 year ago. He truly was a man of faith and wise. In closing and on a lighter note, I want to share the following with you. This is actually a thought for Christmas, but listen up. Do you know what would have happened if it had been 3 wise women instead of 3 wise men visiting the stable? They would have asked directions, arrived on time, helped to deliver the baby, cleaned the stable, made a casserole, brought practical gifts, and there would be peace on earth. I pray blessings and wisdom on you.